What is up, everyone? I am Ryan and I live in Cambodia, where I make videos so you can see what's happening in the Kingdom of Wonder. How do my eyebrows look? I feel like they could probably use a trim. Now, say what you want about the same family being in power for almost 40 years like it is here in Cambodia. I understand how that can be a problem, but you do have to recognize that it also gives the country the ability to make very long-term plans. While a country like America seems to be flip-flopping between policies every 4 years, Trump wants that. Biden wants this. Biden is sleepy. He's gonna go away now. Maybe Trump wants more stuff? Maybe someone else has some ideas. Meanwhile, Cambodia is planning 25 years into the future.
25 years into the future. I've always dreamed of seeing the future, looking beyond my years. Seeing the progress of mankind.
They have two goals. One, to become an upper middle income nation by 2030, and two, to become a high income nation by 2050. One of the ways they plan to do this introducing the Funan Techo Canal. When completed, it will be a 180-kilometer canal that will connect the Mekong River to the Gulf of Thailand. It will be 100 meters wide upstream and 80 meters wide downstream and a depth of 5.4 meters. They're estimating that the project will take 4 years to complete, but when it's done, it's going to have a big impact one way or another. Cambodia currently ships by boat from the Phnom Penh area like this. Welcome to Vietnam. Oh, hey, here's your cut. Thanks a bunch. See ya! When the canal is done, it will look more like this. Ooh, a shortcut. On Monday, August the 5th, they broke ground on the canal, and it was a celebration across Cambodia. The day was declared a one-time holiday, everyone had the day off work, and there were concerts and fireworks across the city.
So he took my hard lemonade before I even finished it.
Lemonade?
My friend Jesse and I took a ride down to one of the celebrations. We went south of Phnom Penh to Tak Mau, the capital of Kandal province.
Oh shit. Get under here.
Unfortunately, we got hit by a bundle of rain before things really even started. But they had a martial arts display and they actually went through with it despite the downpour.
Fight the rain.
We're alright. I think we're gonna be okay. I think it's gonna calm down. The thing started collapsing. That's crazy. I love that everybody just laughs about it.
Eventually, the rain stopped and some Kun Khmer fights started. The event was being streamed live on Facebook. It was sponsored by Kiz, a new energy drink made by Khmer Beverages, the people behind Cambodia Beer. I'm getting way off track here, but I decided to try one of these Kizs. And, well, it's a menthol energy drink. So it's like a mint aftertaste, kind of like a Red Bull meets a fisherman's friend. I don't think this is important. I just thought that you guys needed to know this. I'll just leave that with you. Menthol energy drink. They also did some sort of tribute to cyclo drivers of Cambodia. There were about 50 of these guys that made the trip down from Phnom Penh. I'm not sure exactly what that was about, but it was still pretty cool to see them all. Unfortunately for everyone, especially the cyclo drivers, the rains weren't done with us, so we ended up going home early before the concert and the fireworks even started. But it was pretty cool to see Cambodians celebrating this project. I think it's nice that the government made the day a holiday and that Cambodians see how big of a deal this canal is. It's a $1.7 billion project.
Billions?
51% of it is funded by Cambodian companies, probably companies like Khmer Beverages. Hopefully their portion isn't coming from the sale of the menthol energy drink. The rest of the cost is covered by a Chinese build, operate, transfer firm. Essentially a loan from a Chinese company, probably a company controlled by the government there. I guess that brings up our first concern. People are worried that the Chinese will be controlling the canal and maybe even using it for military purposes. The government of Cambodia has assured its people that this is not the case, and they've reminded them that it states in their constitution that they can't do something like that. Another concern is the relocation of some 1,500 households that are currently living along the canal route. This is an issue that developing countries like Cambodia seem to constantly be going through. The people who live along the path of the future canal will have to move, and we don't know what the compensation will be for that and whether it will be fair. The government people in charge of that are still crunching the numbers apparently. Other concerns are regarding the environmental impact it will have on the area. The key to this is controlling the flooding, not allowing the canal to overflow. Cambodia has assured everyone that they have done their research, and in fact this canal is going to better help them control the flooding waters. But of course the way the water flows, it's kind of up to nature. If you build a shortcut to the ocean, how do you make sure that all that fresh water being one of the most important things in the entire world, is going to continue to flow through the Mekong Delta, where so many Vietnamese people rely on it? And this is Vietnam's biggest concern. They fear that Cambodia will have the ability to cut off what is probably their greatest source of fresh water. But some people have said that the actual reason Vietnam is so against this project is because they're not going to get their cut of the shipping costs, because Cambodia won't have to go through Vietnam when they're shipping via water. It's believed that the Funan Techo Canal will reduce Cambodia's dependence on Vietnamese ports by up to 70%. In a recent speech, Prime Minister Hun Manet stressed that the project will benefit the country and Cambodians. It's a step towards independence rather than serving foreign interests, which, as a country that has a fairly recent dark past, they've had to rely a lot on foreign help. So independence has been a concern here in Cambodia for a long time. There are plans to build industrial parks and economic zones along the canal. It's estimated that the canal will generate 88 million USD in its first year and reach 570 million USD annually by 2050. It will also create around 50,000 jobs. It will improve farming with more reliable irrigation. It will cut down on pollution. It may even provide another source of transportation of various sorts between the Kampot/Kep area and Phnom Penh. Time to head off to Kampot. Woo, shortcut. I mean, if I can take a boat from Phnom Penh to Kampot, that's got to be worth maybe not 1.7 billion, but it'd be pretty cool. That's it for this video. I'll surely be following the story for like the next 5 years. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Take care. Comb your hair. I'm out.
Don't match up, no love, I just fade.